Good morning, welcome to day 3 of this trip. I'm just leaving East Prawle behind me there, but this morning I think the plan might be it's about 18 miles to Dartmouth, I think it is. See what time I get there, and if it's early enough to get the ferry across. I think there's somewhere I can camp, wild camp a couple of miles ahead. Because I don't think there's any campsites just beyond Dartmouth. I haven't got the internet, I can't look. And then push on for sort of Torquay. Well, push on. I will hit Torquay, Torbay area tomorrow, and probably in the afternoon try and book a hotel somewhere around there. That's Lanacombe Beach behind me there, about 2 miles out from East Prawle. I've got to say, it's been lovely easy walking for the first 2 miles today. You see the cliff tops and you think it's going to be a tough morning today, but you're all walking at the bottom of the cliffs. This is one of the houses in the lost village that was lost to coastal erosion. Now down this way, this is Hall Sands. Down the path this way there is a viewing platform to look at the houses. But ironically you now can't go down there because of coastal erosion. I'm just leaving Torcross behind me, coming onto Slapton Sands now. Now this is a nice bit because it's about a 2 mile, probably more than 2 miles of nice flat walking, running parallel to the road. I'm just leaving Blackpool Sands down the bottom there. That's really nice down there. The lady that dropped me in the taxi around the River and Avon said the beach is privately owned by the residents around here. Coming into beyond Blackpool Sands is about a 2 mile walk inland and back out. It's quite a lot of road walking, so I'm going to put the camera away for that bit and just churn out those couple of miles. But it's only about 4.5 miles from here to Dartmouth. And again, I think about a mile walk into Dartmouth is road walking as well. Now I thought I wasn't going to get there till about 4 or 5 o'clock. Well, probably nearer 5. I was worrying if I was going to get the ferry or not. But it's 12:38. I probably had about half hour sitting down there. So I probably could get to, what is that, 12, 1, 2, I might actually get into Dartmouth for about 3:30, depending on just how many hills there are between here and there. So I'm doing really well for time, testament to how flat and easy walking it has been today. I don't know what lies ahead of me, I really don't, but today has been a belter of a day, one of the best days walking on the coast path, one of the easiest days walking I think I've had since Port Isaac and Padstow. But around here we got Dartmouth just round the bay here, and this headland up here is where I'm hoping to find a place to camp. I'm just leaving Dartmouth and Kingswear behind me now. Went down to the harbour to check the ferry times. Ignore, if you've got these A to Z maps, ignore the ferry times in the back. They're completely wrong. So the ferry there ends at 10 to 7, I believe. It's the end of June. So it may go on later in peak times in the summer. One last goodbye to Dartmouth there. It's a fairly stiff road walk out of Kingswear. Then you rejoin the dirt track trail and you drop down some steps down to a little cove, and then it's a real steep climb back up out again. That's probably the biggest of the day. Today had to have a sting in its tail because it has been a really good easy day. 18 miles into Dartmouth from the campsite where I was, and to do that in the time I did, I think it's just testament to how flat it was, how easy it was today. There was 4 or 5 big hills, but they were so spread out they weren't wearing you out like it normally would on the trail, and it was fairly flat in between. But it was a good walk today, I really enjoyed it. Just come out to this old World War II position here. I believe this is an old battery of some kind. The Coast Guard's watchtower just up there. Coming up to another battery point, I think. This is where the munitions would have been stored, and run down these tracks to another position down here. Yeah, so this one's very much the same design as the last one. Yeah, just come down to a little gun emplacement here, I'm guessing. Little lookout post. This is the cleanest one I've ever seen. I'm all set up for the night. It's not an ideal pitch, it's a flat pitch, but it's very stony, so I can only get the tent pegs halfway in. Good location actually, because I'm a couple of miles from Kingswear. I'm a long way from, well, I don't know what the next town is, but it's a good couple of miles away that way. So it's a nice remote location. But yeah, it's very stony, so it's a good job it's not windy, because the tent pegs are only halfway in. But it's about 9:30 now, so I want to get my head down. Have a nice early start tomorrow, hopefully about 5 AM, because I know the first 5 miles tomorrow are going to be quite tough before I get to Brixham, and hopefully I can get some easier miles through Brixham, Torbay and Torquay before I get to the hotel tomorrow night in Babbacombe. So I'm going to sign off for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one.